Guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we are in attendance of Livingston versus Celtic for my first video in quite a while. Of course, it's quite a big game for Celtic, just coming off a 2-0 loss in Europe away at Feyenoord, but coming in top of the league and after a good 3-0 win against Dundee was their last Premiership game. So, but Livingston has been quite a tough play for Celtic in recent years. Though Ange Postecoglou managed to conquer it in his two times facing here, winning 3-0 and 3-1 in one occasion, but also losing 1-0 here, I believe, which was his first away game in charge of Celtic. But yeah, or second, I believe, actually. Second away game in charge of Celtic. And Brendan Rodgers' last game here was a 0-0 draw back in November 2018. So, a lot to look forward to today from both sides. Livingston have had quite a good start to the season. Of course, they had a good performance against Ross County last week. But all in all, it could be quite a tough game for Celtic today. Of course, they'll be wanting to take the positives from that Feyenoord game and take it into today's game. But yes, a lot of goals and a lot of action is what we can look forward to today. Of course, with two sides who, when they're at their best ability, can be very, very strong sides to break down. So yes, Celtic versus Livingston here, around an hour to kick off, and I'll make sure to keep you updated. Hopefully we'll be able to speak to a couple of people after. I think I've seen Chris Sutton, James McFadden, and Brendan Rodgers is just behind me over there. So yeah, a lot to look forward to today, and I will make sure to keep you updated. And 15 minutes in, Celtic have taken the lead through number 41, Rio Atati, thanks to that penalty. Rio Atati went down in the box. It was an instant penalty, and not a hard decision for John Beaton to make. 1-0 to Celtic. All in all, quite a tight game. Livingston had a really, really good chance. Didn't manage to film it because fans in front of me. Dyson Michael, there might be a chance again for Celtic, also corner for them. But yeah, good build-up so far for Celtic. Played really well, getting to that final third, and it paid off getting a chance to that penalty. Of course, you can hear the Celtic fans are very happy with that. Livingston, though, have not been put by any stretch of imagination so far, so still very much in this game, and we'll have to see how they do. A bizarre turn of events here. Joe Hart has been sent off for Celtic, so Scott Bain has been forced to replace him. Violent conduct is what he was sent off for, so that'll be a 3-game ban for Joe Hart. So Scott Bain will be in goals for Celtic for 3 games, which to some Celtic fans can seem very worrying for them. He came up to go meet it, but didn't manage to get the ball at all and took the man out just on the edge of the box. Livingston had a good free kick and really good position, but failed to capitalise on it. So Celtic down to 10 men, and Joe Hart sent off for bad conduct, which will be around 3 matches. So will Livingston have a chance now to get that equaliser? We'll have to wait and see. But the last game actually that I saw, the last Celtic game actually, I watched in the media box, Scott Bain was playing as well, so I must be Scott Bain's lucky charm. So yes, we'll have to see how the rest of the game goes, but as it stands, it's still 1-0 Celtic, and Livingston are putting more and more pressure on the champions. So far, Celtic 1, Livingston 0, but Celtic down to 10 men after Joe Hart was sent off in a very stupid manner. So where do we start for that first half? It's fair to say the referee's had quite a lot of involvement in it so far.
Yeah, he's been the busiest man in the pitch, hasn't he, John Beaton? 2 yellow cards, a red card, a penalty, and he can't really, I don't think Celtic can dispute the sending off of Joe Hart, and I don't think Livingston can dispute the penalty, can they?
No. I suppose with Celtic having 3 red cards in their past 2 games now, do you think that might become an issue for Brendan Rodgers?
You'll be hoping that it doesn't, but you look at all of them, it's pure decision making as opposed to a lack of discipline, isn't it?
Yeah.
From all of the players. Gustav Lagerbielke's thrown out an arm in the Champions League tie. Odin Thiago Holm is late in the tackle, and Joe Hart is coming out for a ball that he probably shouldn't have had any right to go for. But he's made that decision, and once he's made that decision, you're committed to it. So I would say it's not indiscipline issues.
Yeah.
It's just decision making in all of those instances where Celtic have the copped red cards, and I think Brendan Rodgers would be saying to his players to be more assured in their decision making.
And Celtic have a lot of pressure on them in the second half with being down to 10 men and quite a, should I say, inexperienced Scott Bain in the past couple of seasons, not really playing a lot of football. Do you think Celtic need to do anything to improve in the second half, or just keep doing what they're doing?
I think they're certainly dominating the game and they're playing the better football. I think if you're Brendan Rodgers, you try and drum into the players that, yeah, they're going to be under pressure, but a second goal wins this game. And I think you attack smartly and wisely and try and get that second goal so you can breathe more easily. But with 10 men, it's always a hard ask to hold out for 45 minutes. So it's now become an intriguing contest, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Well, hopefully, yeah, another good game and another good half in the second half. And yeah, hopefully not as much involvement from John Beaton this time.
It's been eventful and incident-packed already, hasn't it? But I will take incident-packed, but I'd rather not see the referee the star of the show.
Yeah, of course. We are around 70 minutes in here. It's still 2-0 to Celtic. Livingston have had their fair few chances, just failing to capitalise on them, having a really good chance thanks to a horrible Scott Bain mistake. After Scott Bain had the ball around the 6-yard line penalty spot, somewhere in between then, and failed to dispatch it in time. Joel Newblade was quick to react to it, picked it up, trying to lob the keeper, but just went just over the bar. So still 2-0 Celtic here, though in the past about 20 minutes it's been all Livingston, especially possession-wise, but failing just to create those clinical and lethal chances. So yes, around 70 minutes in here, still 2-0 Celtic, looking very likely to be a Celtic win today. Can Livingston maybe get a goal? 1 or 2? 2 unlikely, 1 maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Celtic on the counter-attack now here though, it's Matt O'Reilly. Cal McGregor has a chance here just at the edge of the box, so that one looks like it took a deflection, not the best chance shots from Cal McGregor. So yes, 2-0 Celtic after 70 minutes, 20 minutes ago. 3 points back down the end.
Disappointing. I think we have a schoolboy error for the first goal because he's not going anywhere and we stick our foot out and think we'll deal with it. If he scores from there, we'll ask ourselves questions, but to give a penalty away from that, we'd lost a wee bit of our shape because it came for a ball in a wide area, a set play, and we lost a wee bit of our shape. Ayo wins the contact, so the midfield shape and the back four shape's kind of lost at that point because Joe plays it out fairly quickly and it gets an entry into our final third. Then we've lost a wee bit of our shape at that point. I don't think we recovered well enough. But then Big Luigi sticks his foot out and gives a penalty away. So really disappointing because I didn't think there was a lot in the game at that point. We were causing them problems on the turnover. So the shape and the system wasn't too bad at that point. 1-0. I think we're fairly competitive in the game in 11v11. And in all honesty, we were probably better at 11v11. So Joe gets sent off, 30 minutes, something along the lines. A ball over the top and the run for the 10, which we won in training. Try to get the 3 players, the 2 strikers and the number 10 a wee bit higher up the park. And we get our just rewards from it. They go down to 10 men. I think we've got a wee bit of a foothold in the game. We've gained a wee bit of momentum at that stage. So we speak about it in the changing room, we speak about the shape, we speak about how we're going to do it and how we're going to try and hurt them. And when's the second goal? How early is that in the second half? Aye, so very reminiscent of the St Mirren goal we gave away late on, and we've actually worked through this, giving away cheap possession on the right hand side. Ball then, our right hand side, that's a fine. The ball then ends up down our left hand side, across into the box. We don't get on the first contact, we don't get on the second contact. So really disappointing because it is actually slightly different from the St Mirren goal, but very similar phase of play in terms of where we give the ball away and we don't get the first contact and we don't get the same contact. So really disappointed to lose the second goal so early in the game. And then I think momentum goes back in Celtic's favour. And I think in the second half after that second goal, I think Celtic were worth the money. I thought they worked a lot harder than us all over the park. Their application, their endeavour, their desire was probably a lot better than what we showed against 10 men. So sitting here, hugely frustrated at the result, but I don't think we deserved anything more from the game in all honesty. There's a big chance for Joel Newbley at 2-0. If he puts that away 2-1, you're probably getting you're back in the game at that stage. But the longer the game went on, the longer at 2-0, I think we really struggled. But Celtic's shape and their application within their shape was fantastic.
That's now 4 clean sheets in a row. How impressive is that for a defensive performance given the number of key defenders are injured, and how do you feel you take that defensive momentum into some key Champions League games?
Firstly, I think it's a collective. You know, we can never just rely on the defenders. I think that's how my approach always is. You know, that it is always about the team, and of course, if you have certain players, they can elevate your game to a different level, but you still collectively have to press and work well. So I thought the 2 centre halves were excellent. Liam Scales is really, you know, taking his opportunity and strong and solid and cultured with the ball, and so really happy for him. I thought Greg Taylor probably his best performance. I thought he was excellent today. Ali Johnson, we know what we're going to get. Strong, aggressive and good positioning, but it's the guys in front as well. So defensively it starts from the front. They pressed the game well, and then when they were down to 10 men, they were tactically calm in the game, and that's what you need to be.